Hello, it's me, Daryl, Florida Catholic guy. Out with my boy here, doing this thing. Gets me all turned around now. So it's about 25 after 5. Still a little bit of sunlight up. It's just about going down. I want to say just after 5:30 is sunset, like 5:35, something like that. It's probably about 10 minutes away from official sunset. So, I figured I had to take him out. He was jumping up and down at the house wanting to go out, so I just went to get the mail, so he was itching to go out, so nice enough day, so had to go pick up our Thanksgiving feast from a restaurant up in Tampa. I think it's called Seasons 52. Mom and I went there last year in person for dinner. It was really good. And, this year, I told her I didn't mind going. I wasn't too crazy about wearing a mask, but you can take the mask off once you get to your table. But said it's up to her. I mean, she's the elderly person, so whether she felt comfortable going out to a restaurant with the COVID stuff going on, and she didn't want to chance it, so we did a little takeout and have quite a setup. They have a bunch of spaces, parking spaces set up out back, and they got chairs on each of the parking spaces with numbers on them. You know, like 1 through 5 or 6, however number of spaces there are. And on the number signs, they have a phone number to call for inside the restaurant, where you call and let them know your name and that you're out, what spot you're in. So, and they bring the food out to you, which was good. And almost didn't have enough room to put it all in the refrigerator. In fact, after I got done there, beautiful sunset. I just love the sunsets here. Sunrises are nice too, but I'm rarely awake for them. But yeah, so after I got my our turkey dinner and stuff for tomorrow, just gotta heat it up and everything tomorrow, so that won't be bad. The turkey and the dressing go in the oven, and the rest of the vegetables and potatoes and stuff, you microwave them. So that should work out all right. And on the way home, stopped at Bob Evans and picked up a bunch of pies. So we'll have a whole bunch of pies. Whole bunch, 3. Pumpkin, pecan, and chocolate peanut butter pie. I made the mistake. I had to go shop and pick up a few things yesterday. Made the mistake of getting a pie. My mom wanted me to get some dessert, so I got some cookies and I should have gotten a cake instead of a pie, but I got a apple crumb cake. And unfortunately, my mom doesn't like that, so fortunately for me, I get to eat it all. I got to eat it all by tonight. I had a good chunk of it yesterday, so we'll be finishing that off tonight, and that'll give us room in the fridge. So, we got the feast all ready, and yeah, let's see. I don't know if there's anybody in the dog park or not. We'll find out. But yeah, when I went to Seasons 52 in Tampa, normal way I would go would be the Selman Expressway to I-4 to 275. Of course, that I-4 and 275 is known as Malfunction Junction because it's always blocked up. And of course, today's the worst travel day of the year. So they already had signs up saying it was all blocked up. So I already figured that, so I went up 301. First time going to Tampa up 301, but because I wanted to avoid the Selman and particularly I-4. The Selman isn't bad. The Selman's a toll road, so it's generally pretty clear. Sometimes you get into downtown Tampa, it'll block up, but so when I got to 301, and so I went, it brought me right on the Selman. I thought I was already by I-4, but it wasn't. Tried to take me up there. I didn't take that road. So I went by the exit. I went by I-4. I didn't. So it'll figure out another way for me to go. And basically, I went through some roads through downtown Tampa and finally got on 275, which actually 275 it was busy, but it wasn't all blocked up. So I was good there. And so I got the food and everything. And when I got the food, I went home. Well, 275. And going home, it was all blocked up. I mean, it was blocked up for a little bit. I mean, it's been worse, but it was busy. And then I got on 75, and that sucked. I mean, traffic was at a stop for some unknown reason. And all these cars, I mean, we were clipping off. I mean, it wasn't that fast. I mean, speed limit's 70. We were probably going right about 70. And went from 70 to 0 in about a few seconds, and there was a motorcycle, a couple cars ahead of me, and the motorcycle went off into the breakdown lane. A couple of cars did too. And come on, Shadow. Come on, Shadow. Shadow, let's go. So we all stopped in time and nobody wrecked, which was a good thing. And that's why I always leave plenty of, or I try to anyway, plenty of distance between myself and the car ahead of me. That's also why I hate when people tailgate me. And I mean, you had some clowns. I mean, for the first couple of miles it was pretty open before the slowdown happened, but you could tell it was coming, the slowdown, because there was, you just see it ahead of time most of the time. But had this clown that was weaving in and out of left, center, right, and back again or whatever, and trying to go 100 miles an hour. And he ended up maybe getting one car ahead of me, maybe two cars ahead, before he had to slam on his brakes. So I'm like, how's that work out, clown? But I got through it. It wasn't too bad of a slowdown. Didn't take me that long to get through that, and then it was, at least they're going pretty much the speed limit the rest of the way, which that's all you can ask for when you got heavy traffic. If you got heavy traffic and you're doing the speed limit, it's good. Because for a good part of the way, for at least a couple miles anyway, it was stop and go, maybe 35 tops. That's when it sucks. And so I stopped at Bob Evans to pick up the pies when I got back into Sun City Center here. And then I had to stop at the bank and do some banking for my mom, and I did that, and now I'm home. I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, which I'm glad of. Of course, all the traffic, well, most of the traffic will be tonight, and probably right about now. There's probably all kinds of tie-ups now, because this was about 2:30 in the afternoon, so it was well before rush hour. So right now it's probably a parking lot right now, which I'm glad because usually when I got stuff to do, usually I like to go in the evening, like about this time. And when my mom told me we were ordering, or I was picking up her dinner, she was surprised when I told her about 2 o'clock. And I says, well, I don't want to be out driving in the evening on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. So, I think it was bad in Maine. Of course, oh, shadow. Shadow. Silly dog's caught up. Shadow. There. Of course, Maine right now, I guess they were dealing, at least earlier, with a little bit of snow. Got the email that the turnpike was reduced to 45 due to snow. Here it's in the 80s and mostly sunny. There's a few clouds. Moonshine is out. But it was a good day. It's going to be a good night. And the left, I don't know where. I want to say Pennsylvania, but I don't think it was. It might have been like New Jersey. They banned alcohol sales on Wednesday, which they did that basically to shut the bars down on Wednesday night. And I don't know if it's Fauci or the CDC or some of these clowns. They're telling people not to drink alcohol on Thanksgiving. So, well, I got my drink. I got some wine. Actually, I got some rum punch left too. Finished off my Hurricane bottle of Hurricane that I had to drink. It's pretty good. I like rum punch better. But finished that off yesterday because I had to make room in the refrigerator, so that gave me an excuse to drink. Not that I need an excuse to drink, but I got some rum punch left and I got a bottle of wine. I don't know what I got in my... Come on, Shadow, let's go. Silly dog. So, I got some options for what I want to drink. I know they have a thing, liquor before beer, never been clear. Beer before liquor, never been sicker. I don't know if that counts as wine, though. Well, I guess we got a win in the court today. One court. Not quite sure. I want to say Pennsylvania, maybe. They scheduled a hearing, but it's not until like December 3rd, which that's getting kind of late in the process. And they had some hearings in Pennsylvania today, and I guess there was some fireworks there. Something like, they had in one shot something like 300,000, over 300,000 votes for Biden, and only like 300 votes for Trump, which is highly unlikely. And when they said that in the room, there was all kinds of gasps, and I think I heard mostly laughing, but it was funny. I mean, it's not funny because they're probably going to get away with it, because I don't see how they're going to be able to change all these elections. The only thing they're talking about now is if these state legislatures send Trump votes to the Electoral College, basically overturn the elections through the legislature, which they can do. But will they have the guts to do it? And I was watching Newsmax, and they had Dick Morris, and he was telling that that's what the legislatures need to do, and it wouldn't even need to go to the courts. And the guy said, whoever the anchor was on the show said, well, they might not want to do that because that would kind of be used against them in the next election. And Morris said the only problem is if they don't do it, they'll be primaried in the next election, and the person running the primary will use that against them. And so that should be interesting. That could be a wild card. So we'll see how that plays out, if it does at all. So I'm kind of losing hope in this whole thing. I mean, the biggest thing now is we got to keep the Senate. We got to get those 2 Georgia seats and keep the Senate, because if we don't, this country's done. And there's no other way to put it. I mean, it would be nice if we could keep Trump in there, but that's... Oh, they pardoned General Flynn today. That's a good thing. Pretty much knew that was coming, but that whole thing, they railroaded him. That was BS too. So anyway, I'm almost home. It's getting darker. It's about 47 minutes to 6. So I want to show this. I won't have to go too far, but I don't know if I did any videos when there used to be cows in this field here. This whole field used to be all horses. You can see they're starting to build the houses over there. They got some that are already built, others going up. And you can see those smokestacks over there with the flashing lights. You never used to be able to see them because there was all trees and everything over there. I don't know if you can see the smoke, but they're still burning. That pile of brush. Here you can see all the trees over here. There's a whole, you never saw those houses way back there. That's another project, or not project, but subdevelopment. It used to be all trees all back there, and now ripped all the trees down. I'm waiting, they're probably going to take all these trees down. Not going to have any more woods. Makes me sad. It's all going to be built up like Tampa down here. I hate to see it. But guess I'm not the only one that wants to move down here, so got to build some houses. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good night. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.